I want to give you 3 questions to ask in an interview to make sure that you've covered all of your bases before you get off the call. Real quick, my name is Steph, career development and interview coach, also former interviewer at both Uber and Pepsi. Be sure to save this video for later so you can prep for your interviews. First, you need to have the right context before you ask these questions. So that means you have your strategic positioning. Why do you think that you're a good fit for this role, and have you made that clear to the interviewer? If so, the first question is meant to align the interviewer with your perspective. Start by making your statement, for example, well, after our conversation, I'm still really excited about this role, and I think my experience at Uber really highlights my ability to work well and thrive in ambiguity. That's just an example. Then ask, what do you see as the core characteristic or skill that someone needs in order to be successful in this role? You've done 2 things here. You've already primed them with why you think you are a good fit. So you've said, I recognize that ambiguity is a big part of this role, and I think that my background really showcases that. Then in your question, you're asking them to confirm whether or not that is also what they see as one of the most important things in this role. Whether they agree with you or not, you get that insight, and that is what is helpful. The second question is to account for any gaps that you may not be aware of. Based on my background and experience, is there anything that gives you pause, or are there any areas where you're not quite sure if I'm the best fit? This question is exactly what it is at face value. You genuinely want to know, are there any blind spots that you don't see, but that they're maybe questioning whether or not you fit well? This allows you to get that insight, and then you immediately get to say why you think you actually are a good fit. So maybe you didn't know that they wanted to hear more about different traits or skills, characteristics, or things in your background that you actually do have. You get to bring that to the surface, and it gives you an opportunity to prove to them that you have it. The last question is an attempt to sweep all lingering concerns. Ask them, what do you think would be the fatal flaw that someone might make coming into this role? This is simply for your information, and whatever they say, be sure to make a statement to the contrary, whether that's in the conversation naturally as it continues or in a follow-up thank you note that you send later. Some people are afraid to come off as too blunt in an interview, but these questions are really designed to showcase that you mean business. It's not about being blunt or asking difficult questions. It's really about saying, I'm to the point. I want to make sure we're the best fit. Neither side wants to waste the other person's time, so you want to make sure that you are aligned well with the role and that you understand their perspective as well. If you or someone you know is in the job search, you anticipate getting into the search soon, be sure to save this video and give me a follow for more tips like this on the interview and the application process.